at this company ABC, we're going to put employee number 36 with employee number 47 and put them together in a room for 5 hours and let's see what happens. Look, that's just not going to work.
No. But I'm going to tell you, man, like there are generations, like young folk tend to throw old folk away and old folk tend to throw young folk away, right? But if we can find a way to bridge that gap, and I'm not trying to get all deep on you all, I'm a spiritual guy.
You must have given a TED Talk yourself.
I have, yeah.
Okay, can I go back and look at it?
Yes, you can. It's called Becoming More Than Just a Photographer. So it's how I use photography to reinvest in society and community and people. But he called the old because they know the way, called the young because they're strong, called the old because they know the way. You need both, right? So at the leadership of any city, any municipality is its strength, its innovativeness, its youth, right? And then you need somebody like a Huel that opens the door, leads the way, right? And allows them to move into position. That's how society should progress. That's how it gets stronger, gets better. You know?
I love the way you think, and that's true. And I think being open to people who think differently than you, that come from different worlds, is also important. I'm an Indian American. I grew up in an immigrant family. Huel was as curious about my life as I was his. He wanted to know about my dad, my mom, my brother. My brother went a very traditional route, MIT, 5.0 guy, and I'm the Indian guy whose parents said, no, you got to marry an Indian and become an engineer and get a 5.0. And I went into television.
5.0.
I mean,
is that a such thing?
It is. But there's academic pressure. And I told them, no, Mom, Dad, I want to go into television. And they had no idea. Maybe this is our TED Talk.
And he got a lot of flack.
Well, I got a lot of flack. And they said, who do you know who looks like you, who's on television? I said, well, I know someone who beat the odds. Because Huel told me the story about his childhood in Louisiana. It wasn't easy for his family to come up the way they did. And they did it. And so I said, well, we have a different struggle as immigrants. But Huel and his dad and his mom and his family, they had their own struggles. And so I learned by learning. If Huel wasn't able to check out a library book and was discriminated against all the way until he came to Metro Detroit. It wasn't as though it was all clean and wonderful. It was moments of friction. And it was sad. He beat it every time. Oh, that's what strength is to me, and that's what I learned from you.
And he got a lot of flack from his own family, his own people.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Going into broadcasting, that's no profession.
The Indian Americans.
You're a DJ. Why do you want to be a DJ?
And I said, what's wrong with you? Even if I was.
Really?
Not an engineer or doctor, but they were so harsh. And until I made it back to Detroit, they said, he's a failure. And then as soon as they turn the TV on and see me on the news, they say, we always
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. People are trying to figure out their way.
That is so freaking cool.
Isn't it true?
That is a top-notch TED Talk. No, those type of concepts, man, you don't see.
So would you recommend the conversation that we just had? This is the type of thing that we could have on stage and it would be good?
Absolutely. I think equally, your stories are equally as strong. I think the reason you guys are here is because of who you are, right? African-American man from Louisiana beat the odds, right? Same thing with you, right? So Indian-American beat the odds. But here's the deal. He understood what it was to go through something, didn't care about where you came from, didn't care about you, that maybe at some point you couldn't relate to each other. He said, listen, if you want to do this, let's go.
Oh, he set some
right?
best rules.
There is, at a base level, I've been discriminated against. I know what that is. I don't care what they say. You want to do it, let's do it.
Yeah.